And welcome back to another episode of the Triumph TR7. Well, not really the Triumph TR7. This car is running absolutely sweet as a nut now since I had the performance needles in, and she absolutely flies along lovely. Did have a problem with the wheel balance, but you know, it's a joy to drive, and I plan to drive this throughout the winter on better days, and she's scooting along absolutely divinely. I hope I don't put the griddy on this, but it is what it is. I'm really happy with the car and the way it performs. And I did do a video whilst I was out driving, and in between swapping SD cards and what have you, I don't know what's happened to it, but there you go. But today we're not going to be talking about the Triumph anymore, because I'm going to be talking about the Jaguar F-Type R. Now, this car, as you can see, I've got the bonnet open. This car is absolutely mental. It really is a joy with everything, but I get something completely different from this as I do with the Triumph. Now, driving it every other day, and it's just, I just feel great in it, and but I can't have the same enjoyment that I get out of the Triumph when I drive this. It's just pleasure. There's so much power in it, and it's just instant when you need it. And yeah, she's absolutely chugging along nicely, no major problems at all. But I do have a problem at the moment, and with respect to its MOT coming up in January, I thought I'd better get on the case pretty quickly, because my windscreen washers weren't working. I thought, oh, I'll go and top it up. So I bought some fluid, and as you may all know, that the fluid bottle is in the rear, just beside the rear tailgate. And as I proceeded to pour the fluid in, no sooner as I started, she filled up, and I thought, oh dear. And you can hear the motors run, but nothing was coming out. So I thought, right, okay, so either something's popped off or something's blocked. And a quick view, you pop this panel here and get this one off, he says. Hang on a sec, bear with me while I take off these little pushing things. I don't know how to unscrew at the moment. I'm doing this one-handed, by the way. Let me just put you down, and I'll get it sorted, he says. Right, I just had a friend turn up, so that's just typical, isn't it? I start filming, and I'm going to have to stop here. Okay, back in a bit. Before I was rudely interrupted, well, politely interrupted, I would say. So the story with the washers on the Jaguar. Now, we've had a bit of rain too, so back to it, and I've got the panel removed, and I've only got two. I did lose one, but anyway, they're there. Now, first thing I did was to, as I said, there was no jets coming out of the wipers. So there's two jets on here. One squirts across that way, one squirts directly down, and it wipes. And both on the same wipers. They're very nice, actually. So with the with supply pipes, as I said, the reservoirs at the back, it comes forward to a holding tank in the front where the motor is. You can hear the motor running, and first thing I did was pull out this pipe here. It actually pops here. You can actually pull it out like so. There's a rubber gland there, and I blew through that, and she was fine. So that was okay. and same on the other one. They weren't blocked, so I thought, well, it has to be before that. And underneath here there's a T-piece, and if I can just pull it out without too much, this T-piece here. Now when I took the cable off of this, the tube off of this and blew into it, it was really, solid. So I thought, well, okay, let's just make sure I'm getting water. So I took the main feed off, which is coming from the motor here, and I laid it on there, and with the bonnet up as you can see, and with the ignition on, the wipers don't work. See, I have to have the bonnet closed to actually run the washer. Annoying, but hey. So I did that. So I connected it, and I just left it lying up here, shut the bonnet down, and bang, the water came squishing out. So I thought, well, the motor's running, I'm getting the delivery, but there's a blockage, and the blockage is on this T-piece. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but there is a join right at the top, and so I took this off, took this whole thing off, disconnected, and took this out and popped the top of this, and a little block came out together, a sprung-loaded block came out together with the diaphragm, an orange diaphragm, and the diaphragm had actually coiled up into a little ball, into a round sort of ball. So I thought, well, that's interesting, and she wouldn't straighten out, so it's almost as if and there were witness marks of the way she'd been sealing. I'm thinking, well, okay, that's all well and good. Why would I have that diaphragm in there when it's sprung loaded? Unless it's to stop this weeping any fluid, I guess, if it's under a bit of pressure. So I thought, well, I'll just stick the plunger back in with the sprung load, and she's working absolutely great guns. And I thought, well, do I need to get another one of those little washer little diaphragms? Seems to be working better than ever. But it's one of those things, something else that's going to perish when, I guess, the diaphragm is out and this is all back together again, and it's not a problem. So if you have a problem where you're not getting any fluid out, take a look at that T-piece, which is just tucked nicely under there, and that's it. No other issues. And like I say, I'm absolutely over the moon with this car. She's, she absolutely goes wonderfully. I'll put this back in, do it one-handed, and then pop the jobbies back in. These have to be you have to actually pull them out to actually get them to sit in properly. I get that one there. Let go in. Come on. It really is a pain doing it one-handed. Oh dear. Right, now to put you down and do it one-handed. Can't do it one-handed. So, with that, an easy fix, I'd like to say. The engine bay could do with a bit of a clean, I suppose. You've got all the bits and pieces. As you can see on the V8, they cover this area quite well, and they've got the little flap here which protects the connections there, and obviously the nostrils on the bonnet are a bit further down on the later models because they were up here. The V6s did tend to suffer a lot with the water ingress into the injectors, but apart from that, yep, she's all good. Now I've lost another one there, let's see. It disappeared somewhere. I never found it. She dropped down into the into the bay somewhere, so yeah. Again, it's quite a lump. Quite a lump indeed. And it's the 2015 F-Type R with the carbon blade wheels. And what else? I've got no plans for this car. I just want to keep it stock and use it and keep it well maintained. And yeah, let's it's not, the engine's not hot. Let's check the fluid. What is that? That's let's have a look here. Oh, she has used a tiny bit of water in there. Yep. She is slightly just below the min. You can see that. That'll get topped up at the next service, or perhaps I might just get some fluid to top it up. Yeah. But nothing else to report. Might need a bit of a clean inside. Yeah, could do with a bit of hoovering out, I think. Now I know what people are thinking. Do you want me to start it up, don't you? I guess. Let's do that. And let's have a look and see what we got here. Just telling me that the door's open. Oh, and the bonnet's actually open, yep, which makes sense. I'll just turn the audio off. And what's the mileage? 48,409, as you can see there. Not too bad. Let's give it a start. And when the engine's cold, she'll just run for about 20 seconds on a higher rev. Just to warm the cats up. I'm not going to rev this. I don't tend to annoy the neighbours. Let's get open up the moonroof. There's a bit more sky there. So yeah, certainly is a lovely place to be. That'll do. Okay, bye for now.